Hey guys, Dahmer's Cool Stuff here, and this is Pickups Volume 6. Wow, 6 pickup videos. I thought it was going to be a lot longer than it was, but when I usually write the list out of games that I've bought, that's including $15 challenge videos, that's including the yard sailin and the game hunting. So naturally I took those games out because obviously you've already seen them. If you want me to add those pickups to explain a little further in detail, leave a comment below and I'll do those videos as part 2 of this one. But it's going to be a really quick pickup video. I'm going to start with PC. One of the rare times I'm actually going to buy a PC game. That was Diablo 3. Rocking a Barbarian out right now. It's fun, it's nice, it's not as addicting to me as the second one is. Could be because I'm older, or it could just be I don't have enough time anymore to, pluck down 15 hours in a row like I used to. But it's still a good game. It looks fantastic. My computer can run it, which is amazing, I might add. And quite literally, the rest of these games are PS2 games. The box is really beat up, but I got Secure Wars So Long My Love. And it's actually the collector set. What intrigued me was NIS, obviously. I've never played this game before, almost never really even heard of it, even back when I, worked at GameStop. But I've been eyeballing the box for a couple days. And then I took the chance. It has both discs, which is phenomenal because it's not a 2-disc game. Disc 1 is the Japanese voiceover, the original Japanese voiceover, and disc 2 is the English dub. And at first I was like, it didn't come with instructions. The instruction booklet, actually this is the art book, my bad. But it has the art book, profile book, biography book. It's got the poster as well that I really don't feel like unfolding because it's still pretty creased up in a good clean way. And then it's got the instruction book, which is an oversized instruction book. So that was Secure Wars, and I got it for a reasonable price. They had it priced as a regular edition of the game. So it was like 15, 16 bucks. Not a bad pickup in my opinion. Well, I will be playing it at some point in time, like a lot of my games, but this one's actually a strategy game. A strat RPG if I'm not mistaken. So I'm a big fan of those games. Time Splitters Future Perfect. I picked this game up at GameStop because they had it mislabeled as Time Splitters 1. As Billy and Jay, the Game Chasers, would say, caught you slipping, bitch. Only the game. I didn't care. They were asking $2 for the game. I was taking it for the third Time Splitters game. Now the case is from coverartproject.net. If I didn't get it right, the link will be down below. That's where I printed this bad boy out. Only in black and white, but it's a lot better than some of the other ones that are hand-drawn. ESPN 2K5. Once again, no instructions, just the game. Just because. Just because. R Racing, once again, didn't have the case, but my local GameStop, their new guys are actually keeping the instructions on their PS2 games. It's kind of like winning half of the battle, I guess. At least I get, when I buy the used games from there for PS2, I'll be getting the instructions, which is actually a bigger deal than I originally thought it would be, because now all I got to do is just print out the cover art. Activision Anthology, probably one of the better compilations for the Atari and television back then. It's got a lot of games on there, and it's got like this great 80s soundtrack. I had it before and stupidly traded it in before I started getting back into collecting. Now I have it again, so I'm very happy about that. Once again, it's another reprinted cover. Godai Elemental Force. Once again, it had the game and the instructions, but no case. But literally, these games, except for the Secure Wars, I paid no more than $2.50 for. The vast majority of them, 80 cents. Because still, until their stock is cleared and they stop taking PS2 games, GameStop buy 2 get 1 games on PS2, GameCube, and PSP. If you're collectors, hit it up. Zone of the Enders. I just heard that they were, you know, at E3 they were doing the HD collection, which is great. It didn't have the second demo disc. I didn't care. The disc was kind of a little bit beat up. I didn't care. I got Zone of the Enders. It's not that the disc isn't that bad that it's not going to play, because I know it's going to play. Pro Race Driver, another racing game from where they try to mix it up and add RPG elements to it, but had the instructions, had the game, and the game actually looks really cool. It's got like, I don't know if it can pick up, but it feels like it looks like almost a lenticular type of CD. It could just be me, but, and once again, I don't know if it picked it up, but I thought that was pretty cool. And then the first Silent Scope game. From what I heard, they're not the greatest, but this was just a game, no case or instructions. But once again, 80 cents. 80 cents. I'm not even paying a dollar for these games. But that's all the cases that I could find printed up. The rest of these guys, I had to do on my own. I'm going to start with Blowout, which is a poor man's version of Contra, and that's kind of insulting Contra. Not bad, good to putz around with. This was probably one of the weirdest buys. Cool Borders 2001. Once again, it's one of those games with has the instructions in it. Half of the battle is already won. Not too bad. I picked up Silent Scope 2 a little later on with the instructions. No case. But that's not bad either, you know. I got the 2 Silent Scope games. Second Sight, a game that I'm going to crack into. Wow, what is this, a free Radical Codemasters Day? This is like the 3rd Codemasters game. I don't know too much about Second Sight, but, you know, just looking at the instructions and reading, vaguely remembering some things about it, it may intrigue me. Rebel Raiders Operation Nighthawk, which is kind of like Ace Combat, but not really Ace Combat. Probably a poor man's Ace Combat. Didn't matter. As I said, once again, 80 cents. Can't go wrong. The game I'm really going to crack open. Soldier of Fortune Gold Edition. Had the instructions, had the game. Game looks pretty good. From what I remember, this game was graphic as all hell. I know they came out with one on the Xbox and 360. It was dreadful. Really dreadful. Really dreadful. And the last game is Ring of Red, which was one of the first games that came out on the PS2. Now, unfortunately, it didn't have the instructions with it, so I don't know if I'm going to be playing it a lot. I know it was a super hardcore, tactical type of mech game. So, once again, I don't know if I'm going to be playing a lot of it, but how can I go wrong with 80 cents? Did I get some gems here? Yeah, I got some gems. I mean, me personally, the Time Splitters, Zone of Enders, and the Time Splitter and the Zone of Enders and the Activision Anthology are really great. I have a sneaky feeling the Secure Wars is going to be the gem of the bunch. And then, you know, Diablo 3. That was Pickups, Volume 6, and this is Dahmer's Cool Stuff. And as always, do good gaming.